Okay, so I really think today is a very, very easy lesson. It should go very, very quickly. It's a simplistic concept. It's the fundamental principle. By the way, your paper has PAL and it's PLE, right? So up there has PLE, which is correct, and your paper has PAL, which is wrong. All right, the principal is your friend, and the principal is the initial amount on borrowing and investing, but this is a principle, okay? So it's LE. All right, the fundamental principle of counting. Sounds really out there, but it's really simplistic. And it goes like this, and we use some variables for the concept. If there are, and they want to use the letter P, don't ask me why, that's what they want. All right, that's what they use, so that's what I'll use. Could be X. If there are X ways for a first choice, in this case we're using the letter P, if there are P ways for the first choice and Q ways for the second choice, then there are, believe it or not, I know this is very difficult to remember, P times Q ways of doing both. P times Q ways if both are involved. All right, so what are we talking about? Well, we've got an example here. Let's suppose, this looks like guy's shoes, so let's suppose Bob has 2 pairs of jeans, 3 shirts, and 2 pairs of shoes. Now, my terminology, how many different ways could Bob wear his clothes? Now, you girls, about once or twice every year, some girl will come up to me and say, "Oh, I like your outfit." All right, newsflash, I don't wear outfits. Okay? I wear a shirt, I wear a pair of pants, I wear a tie. I don't wear outfits. All right. You might, as a girl, wear outfits. I don't wear outfits. All right, that's just on the side there. That was free of charge. All right, but anyhow, how many different ways can he wear these clothes? And it's really simplistic. Of course, you'll have no idea how to do it because there's 2, 3, and 2. But how many different, we could use the word combinations, are possible? Now, by the way, he's got to wear a shirt, he's got to wear a pair of pants, and he's got to wear a pair of shoes. All right. So, for example, he could wear the first pair of pants, the first shirt, and the first pair of shoes. That would be one way. You follow? Or he could wear the first pair of pants, the second shirt, and the first pair of shoes. That would be the second way. So how many possible ways can it be done? What would you think? Don't say anything out loud. What would you think? How many possible ways? How many possible ways? Come on, think. Maybe it has something to do with the fundamental principle of counting. Maybe. So how many different ways? Kristen? 12? Anybody agree with Kristen? 12. Yeah, because it's 2 of these times 3 of these times 2 of these. I mean, that's it. There are literally 12 different ways to wear those items. That's the fundamental principle of counting. Okay? So 12 different ways. Pretty simplistic concept. Example, Jed has 3 ways to get to Bill's house and 4 ways to get to 6 girls from there. He's hungry. Okay? How many different ways can Jed pick up Bill and get a burger? Could have been 4 girls, but I like 6 girls better. So, okay. Like 5 guys. So here's the situation, and so you got Jed, and you got Bill, and you got 6 girls. By the way, did you know 5 Guys got started in Washington, D.C.? It was a local restaurant in the D.C. area, the original. Do you know where McDonald's got started? Canada. Nope. Nope. In the Chicago, Illinois area, a little south of Chicago. Ray A. Kroc was the guy's name who started McDonald's. And the rest is history. I've had McDonald's in foreign countries before, and they're everywhere now. All right, anyhow, enough about McDonald's. Because Chick-fil-A is way better anyhow, right?
Amen.
Do you have their soup yet? Anybody get the calendar, Chick-fil-A calendar? Last month was the free soup. Man, if you didn't take advantage of that one, you missed out. Man, that soup was awesome. All right, so anyhow, there are 3 ways for Jed to get to Bill's house. All right, 3 different ways. And there are 4 ways to go from Bill's house to 6 girls. Therefore, how many different routes can he take from his house all the way to 6 girls, Ashley? It's simply a matter of 3 times 4, and there are 12 ways. And it's that simple. Pretty simplistic concept. Pretty simplistic concept. Okay? That's all that is. Don't make that hard because it's not supposed to be. All right, number 2. A tree diagram can be used to illustrate the choices. Now, like a lot of things in math, you got to pay attention to detail, and if you're going to mess up, it's going to be on the detail. So just notice a few things, and it'll make life easier. All right, so this is Jill, right? And she has 2 skirts. We call the first one skirt 1 and the second skirt 2. S sub 1 and S sub 2. That coordinate well with 3 blouses. Blouse 1, blouse 2, and blouse 3. All right? Which, by the way, the smart person buys a lot of coordinating clothes, and they can have all kinds of different outfits, right, girls? So a tree diagram simply then shows now the next thing. So we started with the 2 skirts. So skirt 1 can be worn with blouse 1. Skirt 1 could be worn with blouse 2. And skirt 1 could be worn with blouse 3, right? As well as skirt 2 worn with blouse 1. Skirt 2 worn with blouse 2. And skirt 2 worn with blouse 3. How many total choices? No, be careful. How many total choices? Remember, there are P of these and Q of these. 6. So if you did everything correctly in your tree diagram, the last line will tell you the total number. And notice how that last line we try to line up. Now it gets a little more difficult when the tree diagram gets a little bit bigger. But you do want to try to line things up. Notice how my skirt 1 and skirt 2 are lined up. Thing 1, thing 2, and thing 3 are lined up. All right, blouse 1, blouse 2, and blouse 3. And you're supposed to line those up. All right, so let's get to the last one. I'll get you the homework. Again, this should be an easy lesson. Use a tree diagram to show the choices of a lock with 3 places where the first place is a 1, a 2, or a 3. The second place, the second thing on this lock is an A or B. And the third place is red, green, blue. So this is the lock. And I got to start it here in our tree diagram. So what goes at the end of the first lines here? Somebody raise your hand and tell me what to stick here at the end of the line. Nia?
1, 2, 3.
I would agree. A 1, a 2, and a 3. And that just gets us started, right? A 1, 2, 3. What would you do next? What would you do next? Christina? What do I do though? Just stick AB? What would I draw, right? I need that V again, right? So I got to from the 1 now. And again, I'm going to do it to where hopefully I can keep everything lined up. And now I need my A and my B. And again, I'm going to try to keep things lined up as best I can. I'm not very artistic, so I struggle a little here. Some of you guys are way more artistic than me. Does that make sense so far? Now we've shown the A and B choices. And then lastly, now you got to do what? Red, green, blue. And I'm just going to use the letters there. I'm going to go RGB. Whoa, RGB. Ever heard of that?
Yeah.
RGB could be used to be computer monitors were an RGB monitor. A red, green, blue. All the colors on the monitor were the combinations of red, green, and blue. Some printers still print on combinations of red, green, blue. Anyhow, RGB. Ooh, I gotta be careful here. I gotta fit my second one in. See, oh, that was lousy. See, I have no artistic ability. Again, I'm gonna try to line these up. And it's just in a picture showing you the choices. And if everything's right with the world, when you're done, you'll have the total amount. So again, if you were to total this last line, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, because isn't 3 times 2 times 3, 18? Right? So again, there were 3 of the first, 2 of the second, 3 of the third. 3 times 2 times 3 would give us our 18. Again, what does the tree diagram do? It's a visual. So watch. You hit the number 1 with a 1 in front. Now you can go 6 different ways with a 1 in front, right? Once you go 1 in A, now you have 3 choices there. And it just shows you in a visual form what the possibilities are. That's all. And you know what? That's it to the lesson. Do I have the amount on the bottom? I'm going to give you the whole rest of the time. You guys got a good half hour. And hopefully you can get this done. I need everybody's attention, though. I need all of your attention. Listen, look up here now. I need everybody to do this. And some of you have trouble following directions because it's not on InfoDirect. Well, I'm telling you all right now, bring your book home and bring your notes home. Because if by some miracle we get a snow day tomorrow, you will have a video, okay, with a homework assignment. So not only a video to watch, but the homework off of it. Because I can't afford one more day lost there. So if by some miracle you have a snow day tomorrow, go on HCS math class, watch the video. It'll be the next lesson in your notes. So have your notes with you tonight, have your book with you tonight. Everybody got it? Great, great.